So we're moving on to the next part of the show.
She couldn't wait. Fast forward.
No,
not that part. Not that part. See,
I think you
the AYOPoV.
I'm just waiting for you, Nelly. I'm ready to duke it up. Let's go.
So, the AYOPoV. What's the world talking about? I think we should talk about that whole Jay-Z situation with Trump.
Jay-Z for president.
Nah.
2020.
Negative.
Jay-Z said that Trump became a superbug after they took Donald Sterling's team and didn't actually truly fix the issue, but instead let it grow and to the magnitude of where it's at. Then, of course, Trump just responded with talking about how he fixed unemployment for black people. I don't know if I believe that, but that's what he says.
He didn't.
But yeah. So, was Jay-Z right or wrong? What you think?
About him being a superbug or the whole thing? Yeah, I think he was absolutely correct. I think to his point, when the whole Donald Sterling thing came out and the racial thing came out, we didn't fix anything. We took his team, and to his point, all the racists went into hiding. Right? Nobody wants to deal with that. Nobody wants to deal with the exposure, what that does, and taking your team away, and now you lost money. So to his point, we should have brought him in, and should have been some type of penalty, I'm sure. But have a conversation around where does that come from? Right? The whole thing with racism and the whole thing with some of these things that people have these dysfunctions about is really just having a conversation. We all strive to be the same. We all want the same things out of life, honestly. And conversation will change some of that. I remember, not to make a long story longer, I remember when the whole Black Lives Matter movement came out. And my brother called. He was charged up, pissed. Said, Corbin, let me ask you a question. I was in the gym and I asked this white lady, I said, you know what the Black Lives Matter movement means? And I was like, what did she say? She didn't know. I said, did you expect her to know? I said, the challenge for you is not to get upset. That's the fact that she didn't know. Educate her on what it means. If you let her walk away with not understanding what it is, then what did you fix? Right? So that's my thing. You got to have a conversation and bring people to the table and understand and course correct them sometimes. Now, after they get course corrected and they choose to walk away and still be ignorant, it's out of your hands. But if you have the opportunity to change somebody's perception of what that looks like, I think you should take it.
But how do you keep an owner after who's going to play for him? 90% of the players are black in the NBA. So it gets really sketchy on how you move with that. And I don't know if I believe that if that doesn't happen, you don't have a Trump. Because we had Obama for 8. And I think that was a catalyst. I think that was a part of creating the superbug, right? Like when you have that for so long, it does flip things, right? It changes the whole perception of it. And I think that fed largely into, not all of it. There's a whole bunch of reasons why, we have Trump as Trump. You know what I mean? But I think that, I don't know if I look at Donald Sterling's case that heavy. Just because, again, we had Obama for 8, and I think that's a lot heavier.
No, it is. But I think to the point of the Donald Sterling thing is that who says we shouldn't call Trump to the table? As Charlamagne say, call him to the front of the congregation. We need to have a word with you. Right? So I think that Trump needs to be called to the carpet also. Why is it okay?
He doesn't care.
He really doesn't.
Again, Jay-Z called him to the carpet. He called him a superbug. Right. And interestingly enough to me, right, when he responded to Jay-Z, whereas to me, Trump can be a tad bit disrespectful.
No, Tad did a whole lot.
Okay. He was very careful on how he addressed Hov. He was very careful. He did talk about he lied about unemployment for Black Americans, which wasn't the point.
Right.
So he ain't even addressed it. Jay called him a superbug. No matter how you slice it, that's what like a roach, large one. Okay, no matter how you slice it. So when I look at that and I'm like, okay, but Jay's in your top percenter club, right? The money moves a little different. You got to work with him. You got to. So I think in that space, I think that's where he talks about unemployment in that world. I don't think that he was really addressing Jay's comment, and I don't think that he has to fold, right? He gains the attention just by addressing Jay. He gains the attention by addressing a lot of people the way that he does, or by making sensational, shock-driven comments, right? Since that's how he moves, that's what will always keep the superbug growing, right? He's fed by the attention, and it works.
Right, I get it. Nelly,
your thoughts?
I agree with everything y'all talking about. I do. I mean, I'm just No, I agree with everything y'all said.
You don't like talking about him?
No, I can't.
Right.
She had no words.
45.
So, like she's not trying to feel her.
No, I don't
political
even
connection.
call him by his name. He gets no respect from me. He's 45. He's just disgusting to me. I don't even want to invest my time.
I hear you.
No, I agree though. I agree with everything you're saying. Is he a SuperBug? Heck yeah, he is. He's disrespectful. I have no rap for that.
I just don't understand how today we're tolerating this. It's such on a large scale. Like
Because people
it's
voted for it.
Unbelievable.
People
I
voted
mean,
for it.
I'm past the point that we voted for him.
Past that.
It's there. He's in the office.
But-
But do we not hold him accountable for the things that he's doing, the things that he's saying, and the people that he's offending? And
No,
now that he's in office, and the answer is
that's the
question
world
is
we
why.
live in though.
Crazy.
Well, to be clear,
Unbelievable.
it's a slow process, right? Once you're in, it's a whole lot. It takes you a whole lot longer to not get out, right? So in that space, I mean, they're doing the probes. They're trying. I don't want to say they're trying to get him, or even to say that they trying hard enough. But he's already in. So now he got powers that be. He put his people in. First thing he did was change the ethics committee. Think about that. It's the first thing he did was like, all right, we're going to move around some of these ethics, lower that down. Y'all not judging me that way, okay? And now, once we start removing that judgment, or anybody can preside over the way his team moves, it leaves him with a lot of free reign. So now the process of getting him up out of there is going to be a lot slower. Now they're trying to rush an investigation, trying to look into some of the things he's moving, but it's hard.
Right.
Slow process for the short one.
Right. And I guess he ain't got nothing but time.
And he done.
I hear you.
Right. As long as we survive.
No to this Jay-Z for president. I disagree.
No.
Relax.
Why
For what?
not? You
Like,
want
why
Jay-Z
would we
for
make
president?
old president?
Same reason why they gonna make Oprah president.
They're not the same person.
Okay, Oprah for president, but not Hope. This is where we're going. I'm curious.
I didn't necessarily say Oprah either.
I'm asking you.
Would I pick one? One or the other?
Would you pick either?
I'm going with Oprah.
Oprah.
Would you
I
pick-
thought I had to pick.
No, would you pick either?
Oprah.
No.
No, but you wouldn't vote for either.
No.
Why not?
I just think that we have to get out of this idea that anybody can be president of the United
But it's
States.
the truth. Anytime they put that clown in there and allow him to run the United States the way he's been running the United States, why not put Oprah in there?
Yeah, but we can't throw stuff at the wall, continue to throw stuff at the wall and hope it sticks just because now we're going to put our person in there. Now we want Oprah. What is Oprah?
She's made wise decisions. She got schools in Africa.
Great. A lot of rappers have schools in Africa.
Trump got the Trump Towers.
But he ain't got
I just
schools in
don't think we
Africa.
should continue to throw stuff at the wall and try to make it stick. And again, I think it's excellent that she would be able to even run at the end of the day, right? But I don't think we should continue to. I mean, that's the thing now. So Trump is in, so anybody can run. They're talking about The Rock, for president.
No,
Kanye,
I
that
wouldn't do
thought
that.
he was
No.
going to run for president.
No, I would
Oprah,
definitely say
Michelle
somebody
Obama.
with some. Now,
It's just
Michelle
continue to
Obama, I
grow.
would vote for.
Yeah.
Not just because she's Barack's wife, but she has more experience in this.
Does she?
She running the
More than Hillary?
No,
Yeah, but Hillary's probably not going to run again.
You never know.
Nah, that last loss was bad.
It was a bad loss. It was a bad loss.
That was LeBron
Maybe Bernie will run
3-1,
again.
4-1.
I think
You
Bernie's
know,
running again.
Bernie's just getting up there in age.
He's like 100.
Yeah, like,
Right?
100 plus.
Yeah.
All right, enough of the politics. Here we go. It was great. I don't want to give Trump any more of our time. Forget him. Shout out to Hope for President 2020.
Ooh.
Do this.
Ooh. Ovi.
All right, we're going to get into today's topic.
President Carter.
We are